Okay, hello, good morning, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world, and be very, very welcome to our open house today with the ClearSight Method, the ClearSight Method team. Today is the last live of this free 4-part masterclass. Maybe we're going to have a few surprises on the way, but for now, this is the corresponding live to lesson number 4. If you have been following the Wake Up Your Eyes free 4-part masterclass, you probably watched the videos and we saw the lives that we broadcasted on Facebook, on YouTube, and on the way you have been learning about how you can improve your eyesight naturally, working at the physical level with relaxation and exercises, working with sun and light and darkness at the energy level. We have spoken about the emotional level. And if you watched video number 4, you discovered that there are more levels, like the nutritional level, but also the mental level and the lifestyle and habits level. In video number 4, we spoke about those aspects. And today we want to do something a little bit different. We actually wanted to invite you into this Zoom room where we can see each other and see each other's faces. So I'd like to invite you, if you can, to actually use your camera so we can see your face, we can see your body language, because you have already seen me, right, on YouTube, on Facebook, and now I'd like to see you. Yeah. Also, today I have a few of the team members of the ClearSight Method. You have seen some of them also, but this is a different way, a different possibility to interact with them. You also know probably that since I think it was Thursday or Friday, so yesterday, we opened the registration for the ClearSight Method Advanced Program, the paid program. So this may be also a time for you to be able to ask questions. If you are wondering about joining, we can show you the platform, show you how it works. Anyway, so we wanted this one to be a nice and chill gathering, to get together and keep learning on how to improve eyesight naturally. Let me see. So today is a Saturday, and even though it's Saturday, the team members are so committed that they are here. Some of them are here. So I would like to first give you the opportunity to say hi and to be greeted by the 4 team members that came today. All of them, at some point, they were where you are, meaning they had problems with their eyesight and they were seeking for a solution. That was not about wearing glasses or contacts, medical treatments like drops or getting surgery, because, well, reached a point where they didn't want to take that anymore. So whether it's Diana, Paki, or Maria, they have walked the same path that you are maybe about to choose to go further down and go deeper on. I would like to let each of you introduce yourselves and, well, what was the eyesight problems you had and how you discovered the ClearSight Method and what it meant for you, for your eyesight and for your life, and how come that now you chose to become vision coaches and to help other people improve their eyesight as well. Maybe Diana, you want to start?
Of course. Thank you, Ainhoa. Hello, everyone. Congratulations on being here today in this open house. And yes, and I was once on the other side of the screen listening to this free course and having my symptoms like strabismus when a kid, strabismus, hyperopia, astigmatism, then presbyopia, dry eye, yes, and I wore glasses for 45 years, and one day I listened about natural vision. In fact, I'm being honest, not believing what this was about, but I said, okay, let's give it a try. This is another option, yes, to improve my vision. I had already known about glasses, surgery, and drops, So in 2020, I found this beautiful and marvelous course created by Dr. Ainhoa de Federico, and that path began in 2020. I enrolled for the course, for the ClearSight Method course, and then I went on, and my inner clarity showed me the outer clarity that we talked about these past weeks. So I said, okay, if I'm improving at 51 years old, I can improve more and more. And then I decided that I didn't want to keep all this learning, all this sharing and improvement for me. So I decided to become a vision coach and spread this good news about natural vision improvement that we are talking about today. So yes, I was once there. Now I'm here on the other side of the screen telling you that if I can, because this is every day, you can do it too. So welcome to this open house.
Diana, if I remember well, you had strabismus and amblyopia, so a lazy eye and a squint. Maybe you had other issues also with your eyesight?
Yes, of course. I was telling participants that I began with strabismus when I was 8 years old, double vision, actually, double vision, yes. And then, well, hyperopia, later presbyopia, dry eye. And I remembered, because this is experience, my own experience. I remember my first palming, that I just opened my eyes, and what before I saw as a mass of green, no shape, nothing, I discovered by that first palming that they were trees at the distance, that there were branches. So then I said, natural vision works. And well, from that 2020, I went on, and I'm here. Yes. Without glasses, without dry eye, without all the symptoms. Yes, and well, and we talked about this past week about the emotions behind symptoms. And I understood my strabismus, where it came from, what was happening. Because maybe some people said in the comments, I don't remember, maybe you don't remember at the time, the precise time, but then, you know, when you start thinking and thinking over the days, the messages appear.
The messages come.
Yes.
Yeah. What I would like for you to tell, and then I will let Paki speak, is what are the things that you could not do before that now you can without glasses, since you have taken the ClearSight method?
Yes, of
because
course.
speaking about emotions, it's great. It's a very important point, but it's kind of intangible. But if you say, I don't know, before I could drive, now I can drive without glasses, or before I couldn't use the phone, now I can use the phone without glasses. Anyway, what has changed in your daily life, in the things that you're able to do now that you can see again without glasses or contacts?
Yes, of course. Well, you see me without glasses, and I went to the point of wearing glasses all the time since the beginning of the day, just by my night table, putting the glasses on to do everything. And then I started little by little to do things without glasses, cooking without glasses, going outside without glasses, not depending on them. Yes, so my vision started clearing, yes, and seeing clearly, because yes, they woke up. My eyes woke up, and that's it. And so now I'm without glasses all the time. I read without glasses.
That's the question.
I read without glasses. And well, I'm working all day on the computer. Now I know what I have to do to rest my eyes. Yes, because this is not, this is like life. This goes like here, you know, we have moments. So we care for our eyes with this course. We learn to care for our eyes. And now I do everything without glasses. Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're completely free of glasses at this moment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, of
Okay.
course.
Great. Great. Paki, I know that you had a lot of serious eyesight symptoms. So people who may be here with harder things than just myopia or nearsightedness, hyperopia or farsightedness, presbyopia or the need for reading glasses or astigmatism or even strabismus or so squint or lazy eye amblyopia like Diana, you had harder things than that and you succeeded to heal them with the ClearSight method. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it? Oh, you need to unmute yourself, dear. So Paki is also a vision coach, a professionally trained vision coach like Diana, and also part of the ClearSight Method team nowadays. But again, she started where you are, having vision problems. Go ahead. Now we can hear you.
Ainhoa, no tengo
Yes.
permiso. ¿Se me escucha? Can you hear me?
Yes,
No,
we can hear
no,
you.
oh, sorry. Sorry. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this open house. I'm part of the team. I'm usually answering emails, so I'm not usually on the screen, but here I am. As Ainhoa said, I have many symptoms. I developed in early childhood high myopia, amblyopia, dry eyes, astigmatism, and over years, because I didn't know what to do to stop. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to take care of my eyes, so things were always worse. And every time I went to the eye doctor, I asked, "What can I do to improve my eyes?" And they said nothing. You just come back and we'll check up, and let's hope that things are the same and they are not much worse.
Can I stop you there for a while?
Yes.
How many of you in the room have gone to the eye doctor, ophthalmologist, optometrist, and they're observing something going wrong, and they tell you that there's nothing that can be done about it, but just wait and hope it doesn't get worse. And when it gets worse enough, then there will be a surgery. Isn't that a frustrating response? I mean, if you are overweight, to say something, you can change your diet, you can exercise more, there's something you can do about it. Or if, I don't know, if your hair is falling, you can check what's going on, or you have an infection. I mean, with every other body part or health issue, there are things that we can do to become responsible of how things go, what way it goes. Why would it not be true for eyesight and the eyes? Actually, there's a ton of things that we can do to take care of our eyes and improve our eyesight. But the profession of the ophthalmologists are not trained in that. They are trained about surgeries and medical treatments and drops, but they don't know about the daily habits to take care of your eyes. And the optometrists and opticians, they're also not trained on that. They're trained on how to create glasses and adjust them and fit them for people. And okay, and there are useful skills. I'm not saying that they're not useful skills, but those professions are lacking the knowledge that the vision coaches have. So you can, of course, do things to take care of your eyes and improve your eyesight. And if that's what you're interested in, you're in the right place. I'm going to let you keep talking, Paki, so you show what you achieved with your complicated eyesight symptoms, and what is possible for one person is possible for anyone else if they have the right information and if they put the time and the intention to apply the right information. So go ahead, Paki.
Okay, so I decided when I was 25, I wanted to have surgery because with glasses, I didn't have the, I couldn't get my driver license because I didn't have the minimum sharpness. It wasn't enough. So I thought, okay, everyone gets surgery and they can see well. Okay, I'll do that. I hope that everything will be fine. When I had this surgery, things didn't work very well. I had an strabismus that I didn't have when I had before this surgery. I I had a lot of side effects because my eyes were so damaged. I had more than 20 diopters in my right eye, and I had 12 in the left eye. So the tissues, they were not well. They were damaged. I had a very a severe atrophy in the retina and the tissue that is behind the retina. So things were really not nice. And over the time, things were always worse and worse and worse. And I had another surgery when I was 39. They needed to replace an intraocular lens, and I had more side effects. And when I talked to the eye doctor, and said, when things are going to be better? And he said, well, you're beginning your 40s, so things get worse when you're 40. And I thought, oh my God, so this has been the best part of my eyesight. And then during the COVID, during the lockdown, I discovered the natural vision and I thought, oh, really? Does it work? And I thought, well, I will give it a try because I know that the eye doctor cannot do much more for me. So I try to do my best. And that was the beginning of the journey. And to make things, because it's a very long story and I could be talking a lot of time. So what made the difference? Before, when I went to the eye doctor, I always had bad news and things were always worse, and always they were stronger treatments, more surgeries. And since I started this journey, the good news is I didn't need it. The last surgery they were talking about, which was a replacement of the cornea, I didn't need more drops completely. So I'm saving a lot of money in treatments, in drops and many things. So that's also a good point. And some symptoms disappeared very quickly. For example, I live in a place where it is very sunny during all the year, and I had a very strong photophobia. And it wasn't easy to avoid the sun in a place where it's always sunny. So I have a better quality of life because now I really enjoy the sun and I can do many things outside, which I didn't do before because I was always hiding from the sun. And right now, if I notice that something is not working well, because, well, that's life. Some symptoms went away, some symptoms I'm working on them. But if I notice that something is not right, instead of feeling bad and blaming the bad genes because I had such bad luck, why can't can I, why things are this way? Well, right now I think, okay, what's going on in my life? And I calm down, I think, okay, and very often I notice that I'm going back to the old habits. And instead of thinking, oh, yes, I cannot do that because I'm already 46. No, it's like, oh, I'm going back to my old habits. Okay, so let's do something about it. And I feel much more empowered and I start doing things right. If I, for example, in my case, is stress. When I feel very stressed, I notice that my eyesight is not, yes, is worse. So instead of feeling bad, it's like, okay, what can I do? And I start to do things, palming, or I try to meditate or to do something. But the way I feel right now is completely different because before I used to feel so much fear and so much I thought about despair because I thought in the future I was going to lose the eyesight of my right eye because it was so damaged. And right now it's not. Right now in the last checkout in June when I took the eye doctor and said, well, what about my right eye? Because for 25 years, I had been told that I had a really high risk of a retinal detachment. And when I ask, well, what's going on with my retina? It's like, no, retina, it's fine. It's okay. So it's like somebody takes away a weight from you, and everything seems much better when you have a good news from the eye doctor, something like that. In my case, it's like, oh, I can breathe better. Life seems so different. So in my case, that's a big difference. So of course, I can do many things that I couldn't do before. The difference is the way I feel right now and the way I feel the future. So, and of course, you have to say that I have spent a lot of money in treatments, surgeries, things that didn't really work completely well in my case. And right now, no more drops. I don't need drops. I don't need more treatments. So right now, I really feel better. And that's the best part of it. And of course,
Thank you.
because sorry, no, because I have a daughter, and before the natural vision, I thought, well, she will have glasses the rest of her life because she will have inherit my bad genes, and I felt that she was going to have glasses because of me. But right now, with the right information, I know that she doesn't have to follow my steps. So that's really wonderful.
Yay, that's so happy to hear for you, Paki. Have you found her story inspiring? I mean, going from having a prognosis of losing eyesight in one eye at least, so that with time and with age, the eyesight would decline so dramatically that the future looked really, really dark. And now having the information and feeling the empowerment to be able to do something about what's going on with your eyesight and your vision, and to have the hope, and not just the hope, but the tangible experience that things go better over time and that you can see better and better as you take care of your eyes and you improve your eyesight naturally. And instead of letting it run in the family, and that your daughter will also be on a path of bad eyesight, to have the information and the tools to support your daughter to have optimal eyesight for life. I mean, it's a complete game changer. And probably most of the people who are here didn't have issues as serious as Paki, or maybe some of you do. We have examples of people that were blind when they came to us, or almost blind, and have recovered their eyesight, if not completely, so dramatically that now they're capable of having a completely different way of life because they see so much better. Maria, Diana, and Paki had a fellow participant in the vision coach training that was completely blind in one eye and 30% vision in the other. And now the eye that had 30% has 100%, and the one that had nothing is at 60%. And he can play tennis and golf. You need binocular vision to be able to play a sport and to follow a ball that's moving. So if people that had such dramatic cases have had such big improvements, anyone can improve their eyesight. I mean, people who just want to leave their glasses behind, that's the easier, that's usually the easier cases. They're the more common, the most common, but they're the easier ones. And we also have Maria with us. Maria, also a vision coach, and in the third generation of our school and part of the ClearSight Method team. With Maria, the main issue was nearsightedness that you had, I believe, since you were quite young. And what was very impressive for me was that when you came to us, you could only see this far without the glasses, like literally one hand in front of you. And I remember the day that you said, oh, I'm looking out the window and I can see what's at the other side of the bay out the window. And we were also ecstatic hearing about your progress. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes, of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Maria. I was wearing glasses. I was put my first glasses when I was 13 years old for nearsightedness. I didn't even notice that I was nearsighted because I could see the blackboard, I could watch TV. I didn't see any problem with my eyesight in general. But so what was next? I went to the eye doctor. You are nearsighted, you need to wear glasses. And as my fellow mate said, this is gonna get worse and worse and worse, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you're only gonna be getting worse. You're not gonna improve anymore in the rest of your life. So what happened? I started wearing glasses, and 1 year later, that nearsightedness has doubled. And I was already 14 or 15 years old, so I decided that I didn't want to be seeing in glasses. Very interesting, this thing. So as I didn't want to be seen wearing glasses, I started wearing contact lenses. I had a hard time wearing contact lenses because you have to put your finger in the eye and taking them off and on. And 10 years later, surprise, it began having problems. I began having problems with conjunctivitis, and they were worsened because I was wearing contact lenses. So everything got worse. And one of the last visits to the doctor before I knew about the ClearSight method, my doctor said that my retina was risking the retinal detachment. I didn't have any yet, but he wanted to do some surgery to avoid it. I decided not to go through it, even if I didn't know that there were methods to improve. I decided that I would just go through the surgery when I really had retinal detachment. And 5 years later, I found out the ClearSight method. I found that eyesight could improve naturally just because I heard about it. And I thought I had nothing to lose because my eyesight was like this. I couldn't see anything farther away. The farther it was, the blurry it was. So difficult. So it was. And if you've been told for 25 years that it's only going to be worse and worse and worse, well, what can I do to try? So I decided to try, and I started going for walks. Like a week later with my dog, I had a clear flash, so it's a moment for 1 or 2 seconds in which I could see the license plate of a car, which was like 5 or 6 meters away from me, very far away. And I could see it perfectly clear for a couple of seconds. So that was a beginning. And 3 months later, I was in the ClearSight Method course. And yes, I started working without glasses. Well, you said actually, it wasn't actually through the window. It is the natural park where I go walking. So there's another town which is 15 kilometers away, which will be like 10 miles. And what I thought were clouds in that area were actually houses. And now I can distinguish the houses perfectly. And more recent news. I went out for dinner yesterday with some friends, and I drove without glasses.
Yay, congratulations. That's a big achievement also. Yes, we have many students that can update or change their driving license, and that it can change from needs to wear glasses to doesn't need to wear glasses to drive. That has happened to many of our students. So you had here 3 examples of various symptoms: myopia, strabismus, amblyopia, or nearsightedness, squint, a lazy eye. And well, for Paki, you had so many, and conjunctivitis and presbyopia, the need for reading glasses. You've had an example of many different symptoms that the 3 ladies here have been able to let go of. And when people ask us, does it work for this symptom or that symptom? Well, after 10 years of teaching online with thousands and thousands of students that have been successful with all kinds of symptoms at all ages, at any age, we very often, most often, can even show an example of somebody else that already succeeded from whatever people are asking, whatever symptom are asking. But even if you had a symptom that we don't yet have an example of a success story, what if you are the first to provide that success story? Because what I have noticed over the years is that what were my own limiting beliefs concerning the capacity of the eyes to improve have been transforming and expanding. When I was trained as a vision educator, as a vision teacher, I was told that only refractive errors could be improved, like myopia and hyperopia, astigmatism, presbyopia, or nearsightedness, farsightedness, astigmatism, and then the strabismus and the amblyopia, the squint and the lazy eye. But over the years, it was my students that proved to me, the hopeful and bold ones that wanted to keep trying and keep testing, they were the ones to prove to me that you can heal from anything else as well, that it also works for cataracts and macular degeneration and glaucoma and the effects of retinal detachment, etc., etc., etc. And well, we're now almost 25 years after I started on this path. I've been teaching online for 10 years, but I've been working offline for a lot longer than that. And reality and the clinical experience working with thousands and thousands of people shows me that there's always hope. To the extent that you want to get involved with the tools, that you are engaged, that you're committed, and that you put the tools and the information into practice, you will get results. And you can start to notice the results from the very beginning of practicing. At the beginning, the changes may not be dramatic, but every little shift, every little improvement counts. Every time you see light better, you perceive a detail better, you notice that colors are brighter, you notice that your visual field is wider, you notice movement better, you're aware of your peripheral view. Every little improvement counts because they build on each other. And as you're practicing, there may be a time, like Maria mentioned, where all of a sudden there's a clear flash. Even if for a fraction of a second, you can see perfectly clear at any distance, it is the tangible proof that you needed that you can see clearly. I mean, you have seen it with your own eyes. And now, if you can see clearly, if your eyes have shown you, even if it's for a fraction of a second, that you can see clearly, then it's a matter of creating the conditions in you, sometimes around you, to make that a stable experience. But you are capable of it because you have done it. So it's just, what do I need to change? What do I need to shift? What do I need to learn? What do I need to practice? What habit do I need to implement to make it my new normal? And this is something that sometimes takes a little bit of time for some people. For other people, it's faster. The starting point, of course, has an impact. We've had students come with minus 18 degrees of myopia, which is huge, high myopia. And for them, maybe it took them several months to reach from minus 18 to 0. And this case in particular, she reached 0. It took her 9 months. People with nearsightedness, farsightedness that have 1, 2, 3 diopters, we've had cases where they let go of them in 1 month. So the time may depend on how severe the symptom is to begin with, but it also depends on your capacity of transformation. It also depends on your commitment, if you're willing to play the game. As another fellow colleague of mine says, of course, if you purchase the course, you will have all the information and the support that you need to implement it and to know that you're doing it well and to have the shortcuts to have results faster. But buying the course alone won't do it. If you just buy the course, it will improve the bank account of the company. And of course, we're happy because it helps to pay the salaries and everything and the systems. But we really care for you to have the results. So this is why in the ClearSight Method program, on the one hand, we give you access to the whole course for life. And on the other hand, we set up systems so that you have success immediately, as soon as possible. If you join the ClearSight Method, you are going to be part of a cohort that will undergo a dynamic for several weeks, where we are going to be very involved with you, supporting you and helping you get successful. And maybe this is the time where I can show also a little bit about how the ClearSight Method is structured. Are you interested in knowing more about the advanced program? Would you like us to tell you about it? Okay, because during the week, we've been teaching you a lot of good information and habits and tools, and of course, use them. They're yours. You already know that, and we encourage you to practice that. But if you want to go further and have more support, then let me show you how things work. So on your email, you have probably been receiving the access to the various videos of the free 4-part masterclass, right? You probably were watching these lessons. And then if you reach lesson number 4, under lesson number 4, there's a button where you can reach the sales page where the course is described and all the information is given. Okay, so how is the ClearSight Method organized? The ClearSight Method is an online course in 6 main lessons. That means that you will have actually 6 modules. You will find 6 folders, and inside of each of those 6 modules, there are little shorter lessons. The ClearSight Method is pre-recorded, so you can visit the platform anytime and look as many little videos as you want. The videos are organized to be short, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so that it's very easy for you, regardless of how much time you have at that moment, to learn something and do a quick implementation and have a quick win. Every time you have a quick win, it's motivating, and then you are more likely to continue and to go for more. Okay, so as you can see, the registration is going to be open for about a week. But if you register today, you're going to have a special bonus. You're going to have a surprise. So, okay, we can skip this. How is the ClearSight Method Advanced Program organized? Okay, so as soon as you register, you're going to have access to the platform where all the videos are recorded. And our invitation is that you spend 1 week per module. And there's going to be ways to support you to go through the week that we will tell you also. Yes? In any case, each week there will be one of the modules released, and we're going to visit the different levels of vision improvement that we've been talking about. So in the first week, it will all be about the physical level. By the way, before this level 1, there's also an orientation and welcome module that teaches how to make the most out of this course, how to prepare your space, your time, your attention, your materials, to have everything you need to make the most out of the course. And then we go on to this physical level. And here you're going to learn different strategies to relax your eyes, to relax the muscles of your eyes. We've taught you a couple already, palming and sunning, but there's more things that you can do. And also there will be practices and exercises for your eyes to keep your eyes in shape, and to allow you to train your eye muscles into focusing correctly again, whether it's near or far. After the physical level, we will spend 1 week talking about the nutritional level. Everybody knows that if you want to have good health, you need to eat well and you need to exercise, right? Why would it not be true for the eyes? It's actually true. You can improve your nutrition, and it can improve your eyesight, as well as doing exercise for the eyes. The eyes are the body part that require the most oxygen, and the retina is the tissue that requires the most oxygen. So good breathing and good nutrition through the blood is very, very important. The eyes are such subtle, small structures that if there are imbalances in your diet, One of the ways in which your body may be showing you the accumulation of bad habits with your eating is actually through eyesight loss. So this nutritional level is also very important, and it's going to come up in week number 2 of the ClearSight Method. Then in week number 3, we're going to dive deeper at the emotional level. We gave you already a lot of information during the free 4-part masterclass in lesson 3 of the free course. But let me tell you that inside the advanced program, there's a lot more information, and especially there are more tools, techniques and tactics that you can use to release the emotions that are hiding behind the eyesight symptoms. So the third week is going to be about that. And for a lot of people, this is a game changer. We have really many students that tell us, of course, there's improvement with exercise, there's improvement with nutrition. But for me, what makes the transformation lasting is when you're willing to look at the underlying emotional strain behind the symptom. We already said that muscle tension very often has an emotional origin. And if you just relax the muscle, but the source of the tension is still in your life, guess what's going to happen? The muscle is going to tense again. So this is the reason why I put this emotional level quite early in the course, so that you not only have results, but that you make the results lasting very quickly. In the following week, we're going to talk about the mental level. And this is very important because, and let me stop sharing, because actually the eyes, so to say, are the cameras where light impulses are transformed into nervous impulses. But guess where vision happens? Vision doesn't happen in the eye. Vision happens in the brain. And you can also train your brain to see better. You could have your eyes stay the same as they are, and I tell you that they're going to improve. I assure you they're going to improve. But even if you had the same eyeballs with the same refractive errors in the eyeballs, you could train your brain to see better, to make better use of that information. And so the mental level is going to be about optimizing how your brain handles information so that you have a better experience of seeing. Okay. There's scientific research about that. And of course, I have taken that, synthesized that, and it's in the course. This is a level that we didn't talk in the free 4-part masterclass. So there's more to discover. Okay, then the following week, we're going to talk about light and energy. In the free 4-part masterclass, we already spoke a lot about sunlight and artificial light. In the energy level, we're going to go deeper and more specific in good light for you, bad light for you, how to use it, when to use it, how to implement it at home, and also other healing techniques that use light and energy to speed and accelerate the improvement of your eyesight. And the 6th level, it's the lifestyle level. So in this level, you're going to learn how to establish good habits of using your eyes for a lifetime of good vision, for having optimal eyesight for life. You are using your eyes all the time. So you are likely using your eyes wrong, and you can keep using them wrong and have worse and worse eyesight over time, which is what happens for most people, that with age, their eyesight declines. Or you can learn the good habits to use your eyes well, and it takes you exactly the same amount of time every day to use your eyes well or to use them wrong. Because you're seeing, when you have your eyes open, you're seeing. So how about learning the good habits and cultivating them and implementing them in a way that you automatically improve your eyesight every single day? And if you fall off the good habits, like Paki was saying, there are moments where I see my eyesight is getting worse again, you can stop and think and observe and say, hey, what are the habits that I'm skipping at this moment? What is the thing that I have got back into doing wrong? And you have the information, so it's a matter of a moment of shifting again, getting back on track with your good habits and reclaiming your eyesight and keep improving, yeah? And this is what we want for you. We want you not just to have the information, but to have the experience, and to have the experience in such a way that you're autonomous, that you are free, that you are empowered, And of course, you have the information, and we are going to provide you with the support during the ClearSight method so you're successful. But we want to set you free to have everything you need so that you do not depend on us. If you want to come back and want more help, we'll be there, of course. We'll be there to help if you need us, if you want. But we want you to have all the tools so that you can be autonomous, so that you can be free. Because the idea is not to go from depending on glasses to now depending on a teacher or on a course, yeah? So this is in a nutshell how the course is organized. Now, on the way, you are probably going to be using glasses less and less. You're going to be depending on glasses less and less. But depending on your starting point, there may need to be some kind of transition, like using pinhole glasses or reduced prescriptions, things like that. And of course, from within the ClearSight method, we're going to be able to help you a lot more than what we can do with the free 4-part masterclass. I mean, we've been very happy to provide the information, and the team has been answering emails and messages as much as possible. Now that the registration has started for the ClearSight method, and as soon as the course begins, we're going to shift gears, and the team is going to now be focusing on helping the students of the advanced program. So the degree of commitment, of support that we can give you if you are in the paid program, in the advanced program, is of course a lot more in-depth and more personalized, yeah? Now, what's going to come with the ClearSight method? So you're going to receive the 6 in-depth, easy-to-follow, pre-recorded video modules, yes? Where you are going to learn the exercises, the tools, the tips, the practices, that you can implement step by step as you go and as you practice week by week. It's about 15 hours of recorded lessons. Now, you're also going to have 4 interactive Zoom sessions with me and my team, yes? So you're going to have a welcome session the day after we close registration. Well, I have to check the calendar because maybe we close registration on a Friday and then the onboarding is on Monday. Yes. You're also going to have a live session every other week to talk about the modules and to get your answers, questions, share your successes, get feedback, learn more exercises. And I'm realizing that they have not yet included in the page the information about the research sessions. So basically, you're going to have a session every week. You're going to have 1 week a session to answer questions and going deeper and get more exercises, more examples, get feedback, etc. And the other week, you're going to be able to be part of a research process in which your eyesight is going to be evaluated. You're going to learn how to evaluate your own eyesight every week so you can track the improvement of your eyesight. And so in the research sessions, it's also going to be about fine-tuning, improving your eyesight even more. Yeah, so we have sessions every week. The style is a bit different depending on the week. Diana, do you want to say something about these research sessions? The people who participate in those have a very big success, even bigger success as well. Wanna say something about it?
Yes, of course. Yes, these sessions with researcher Alejandro Eras are tangible results, you know. One thing are the live sessions we have on Mondays for each level of the course. Another sessions are, as Ainhoa was saying, these research sessions that are optional, but I encourage you to be there because there you prove what you are doing in the course. Yes, the progress, the improvements you are getting, and being there and listening to participants, really it's so enlightening, enriching, because they tell you, now I can see 1 or 2 more lines. Yes, or I can see the letters clearly, and you have the result there, tangible results that, well, then with the research that Alejandro does, will show you later in the progress of the course. So yes, it's very important for you, because you get there, you are seeing your own improvement in a paper, yes, in practices that you do. So yes, it's really wonderful to support, to be there with participants and see their progress. Yeah. Apart from, of course, the course is divided in these levels, and every 15 days we do these sessions for the course, the question and answer question, the celebrations, because we celebrate, as Ainhoa was saying, even the small win, a very, very small win of seeing colors better, that's a win, because there's always a first step. The first step is here, that you are now listening to us, to participating and committed, because you've gone through the free course these past weeks, but you are now here, and you are our priority in this ClearSight method. So we invite you really to these sessions, these research sessions that are powerful, really. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, so actually that's where you can track in a very, very, very specific way how your eyesight is evolving, how it is improving, and it allows you to have feedback, direct feedback on what you're doing right to improve, and so you fine tune and you improve the process. Now, besides those live interactive sessions, the Q&A sessions and the research sessions on the evolution of your eyesight, you're also going to have access to the archives of the live sessions that we have had. And we started teaching online in English in 2021. So it's 5 years of archives of Q&A sessions. Yeah. And you don't have to watch that. You don't have to. But you may want to do it if you have time, and depending on your amount of time, availability, and level of commitment. We hear a lot of students say that actually they find gold nuggets in the previous pre-recorded sessions, live sessions from previous groups, and sometimes listening to somebody else and how I or people of the team recommended them to tweak the exercises to keep improving, that there's a lot of wisdom and good information that comes. And that's going to be included with your access to the ClearSight method completely as a bonus, as a gift. So you have the in-depth pre-recorded classes, the live sessions, the research sessions, and the archives of these sessions in the past. We are going to offer also to provide weekly email guidance and support. So every week you're going to receive emails inviting you to focus on the important things for the week. And at any given time, you can also write an email to the support team about your challenges, about your improvements, about your questions, and the support team will answer as soon as possible. Now, you need to know that the support team is made of professionally trained vision coaches, all of the support team, of course. And we have people working in Spanish and in English, because it's the two languages that we teach in. And they're really doing this out of love. It's their dharma. They're really committed and dedicated. As I said, maybe except one, all of the people working in the support team, before they were part of the ClearSight Method team, they were first students. They first had to improve their own eyesight, and then they became trained vision coaches. There's only one person whose path was reversed. We needed her for technical reasons. She was wearing glasses, and she was seeing in our team meetings that she was the only one wearing glasses. So she was kind of a bit ashamed, not feeling very well. And I told her that her access to the ClearSight method was granted, of course, because she worked in the company. She took the course, she could let go of her glasses. And then she wanted to train also as a vision coach. She was the physiotherapist already, so she knew you can train any body part that has muscles to improve their function, but she hadn't learned anything about improving eyesight. And she did with us. And now, even though her path was reversed, first she worked with us and then she was a student. The end result, the end of the story was basically the same. Voila, so you're going to have support by email from the team. You're also going to be able to participate in an exclusive WhatsApp group for ClearSight Method participants only. And that's a place where you can get feedback and share your success stories, ask questions, ask for help if you're discouraged, and it tends to be faster than email. So if you're familiar and you're comfortable with WhatsApp, that's also a place where the community is supportive. You could have answers from fellow participants, you could have answers from, of course, the support team, and vision coaches in training participate also in the WhatsApp group as they're learning to become professionals of natural vision improvement. They're observing the needs of participants and they're supporting as well. So I would like to encourage you to join the WhatsApp group as well. You can, of course, have a private, direct experience writing an email, but in the WhatsApp group, there's a lot of value that happens. Okay, within the ClearSight method, within the pre-recorded program in the platform, you have a library of easy-to-follow plug-and-play exercises so that they make practicing natural vision improvement easy and fun, and you can really practice anytime that you have, even if it's a few minutes that you want to pay attention at improving your eyesight, to make it very easy that you can do that. We also have a number of guided audio exercises and relaxations that you can download and have in your phone, or you can use from your computer, your tablet. And this way, whether you're online or offline, you have those audios that you can use. And we have audios of different lengths, so that depending on the amount of time that you have available, you can do something. Some of the audios are 5 minutes, some are 10 minutes, some are 15 minutes, and there's one that I believe is like 45 minutes for a longer session of guided exercises. Maybe you may want to do that one on the weekend once in a while, and it's a very, very good practice. Okay, there's weekly self-assessment forms where you can, as we said, track your improvement of your vision, and you can have those sessions with our researcher, Dr. Alejandro González Eras, to evaluate together and to see together as a group the progression that we're experiencing with our vision improvement, and to celebrate it and become aware of what's working best so that we can fine-tune the improvement. As I said, you have lifetime access to all the materials in the platform that hosts everything. And when I say lifetime access, of course, I mean that there is no date at which you will not have access anymore. But let's understand each other. This lifetime access means that, I don't know, if there's a catastrophe that makes that the internet doesn't work anymore, well, sorry, that's out of my hand. There's nothing I can do about it. Yeah. Or, but as long as I or my team are doing this work, and you're going to have access to the materials of the ClearSight method. Not only that, but if at any given point in the future we make an update, an upgrade, we add more videos, we add more value, more information, you will automatically have access to the upgraded version as well of the ClearSight method. So look at the difference. You invest once in the right information and you have it forever. Whereas with glasses, you need to keep changing them. Oh, look at Diana, the amount of you need to keep changing them. The glasses for near, the glasses for far, the sunglasses, then they break, or they get ruined for some reason. And then not only for you, for your kids, or for your husband, or your wife, or your spouse, or your parents. So a household can spend so much money on glasses and drops and surgeries. And with natural vision improvement, you make the investment once. You make the investment once and you have it. Now, it's up to you, obviously, to implement it, to practice, so you get the results. But this is it. We're not going to ask you more money in the future. We may show you other opportunities or other courses or other activities that we do. But for the ClearSight method, you pay once, you have the access for life, you can use it for yourself, with your spouse, with your parents, with your kids, and you can have success for the whole family. Let clarity run in the family. Let ClearSight run in the family. That's our intention. Yes? Okay, so you have lifetime access to all materials. I've already mentioned the WhatsApp group, the dedicated student support, so the collective of natural vision improvement professionals that are part of our support team, and a 15-day full money back guarantee. This means that whenever you sign up, you have 15 days to look at it. If you don't like how I teach, if you don't like the responses of our support team, or you just realize that you don't have time at this moment, then you just send us an email or even click on the button in the platform. You get instant full money back, and we can still be friends. We don't want to keep the money from people that this is not helping. We really want to be happy generating clarity for the world. And if that's happening, then we are happy to be rewarded for that. But we're really in this game to support you. And this is how we're putting things together. Do you want to mention something about these elements in your experience, Diana, Maria?
Yeah, well, that's why I showed part of where my collection of glasses. Thank you for them. Thank you, my eye doctor that took care of me for so many years. But that's it. That's why I said, okay, where in all these glasses? And I said part of it because maybe some others are at my parents' house. But when I decided for the ClearSight method, I made a choice to care for my eyes, myself, because it's, as Ainhoa said, you have the course there, you pay for a course. How many of us have paid courses and are there? You know, it's your commitment. It's your choice to care for you. We know how to care for the body, how to eat good food. All of that is well known nowadays. But no one has told me how to take care of my eyes with natural means. Yes, with simple practices, with habits that we have every day, like, I don't know, blinking. So making the investment on so many glasses, okay, that's it. That was in the past. I chose to invest on me, on my eyesight. And I never regret it, of course, because I'm here being a vision coach. Yes, with only one course, the ClearSight Method Advanced Program. Yes, that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Let me see, but oh, you want to say something, Maria? Go ahead. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
Okay. Yes, I had also my collection of glasses. And one of the reasons why I joined the advanced program was that my next glasses were probably going to be bifocals because I'm more than 40 years old. And they would probably, if we didn't know about all this, well, bifocals are much more expensive, and they are also worse for our eyesight, even worse. So at the moment when I was sitting, like all of you were there, I thought, okay, so it's the same cost of the ClearSight method cost is the same has the same cost as a new pair of glasses. So I'm going to
depending what country
depending which type of glasses also. Yeah,
it's 1/3 of the cost of glasses. And 1/10 of the cost of surgery, and it's an investment for life, for you and for all your family. Yes, But sorry, you were going to say something else.
Yes, that was it. The idea is you're spending less on the course than
One
on
pair
new
of glasses.
on one pair of glasses, but at the same time you're also taking care of yourself. And I was going to do some other comparison. I go to yoga,
Mm-hmm.
and I go to yoga class from like 2 years, but I've been going on and off before. And the result that I do yoga is I don't have problems in my cervicals, which I used to have.
Mm-hmm. Your back, yeah.
So the result of making the practices, practicing the things that we learn here, have the consequence of having a better eyesight.
Et voila, there you go. Well, if you think that what I'm sharing with you, that what we're sharing with you is good, wait, because there is more. We also, know that the value, the normal standard value of the ClearSight method is $997, but we're offering you a special offer at this time because you participated in the free 4-part masterclass and you already showed your commitment. But we're even throwing in some more bonus content. Number one, we're going to add the Fast Track Symptom Guide. It's a 35 symptom-specific exercise plans to give you the fastest, shortest, and most effective shortcut to correcting your specific visual problem. It includes solutions for presbyopia, myopia, astigmatism, glaucoma, cataracts, macular degeneration, hyperopia, floaters, light sensitivity, you name it. We can show you in a minute the 35 plans. We have included those 35 because they're the most common eyesight symptoms that people come to see us with. But if you have symptoms that are not in that list of plans, don't worry, we have things for you as well. We don't necessarily make it available for everyone because that would be about more rare symptoms, but we got you. Okay, so we have these 35 symptom-specific exercise plans that we provide, included together with the ClearSight method. We also include a masterclass, a 2-hour masterclass about taking care of your eyes in a screen-intensive world. We're relating here through a screen. We're seeing us through Zoom. We're aware that not only we're providing online education, but it's likely that you work with computers, that you have a cell phone, that you use tablets, and that you're part of this screen-intensive world that we're part of. So if you're sitting in front of your computer all day or spend a lot of time watching Netflix or Facebook or whatever, you want to take advantage of this bonus session on how to take care of your eyes in a screen-intensive world, because that's what's going to give you the good habits and the good practices you need to implement so that even if you're using screens very, very often, that they don't damage your eyes. Diana was talking about this. We're all working with screens in the team, and we have good eyesight because we do what's necessary to protect our eyes from the effects of the screens. Now, a lot of people join the program because they want to read better. Most of our students are beyond their 40s, their 50s. That's our demographic. We get people after 40, after 50 for the most part. And most people after their 40s or their 50s, they have problems for reading, right? They've developed presbyopia, the need for reading glasses. So we also have another masterclass to read your way to better eyesight with practices and tools and techniques to use your passion for reading to improve your vision. These bonus classes have a value of $197 alone, and we're just including them in there because we know this is probably of big interest for you. We are going to include, for the people who register today, a coaching session with a vision coach. You're going to be able to work directly with a vision coach in training. So you will have personalized, specialized one-to-one time. And if all the support that you get on WhatsApp and by email and in the live sessions wouldn't be enough, you will have time with a vision coach in training to be able to go deeper into how you practice and how you can get better results. Do you want to say a word about this experience that maybe you have had as participants, and certainly as you were being trained as vision coaches? Do you want to say something about the value of this session? Diana, Maria?
I'm unmuted, so I may speak. Yes, when I was doing the ClearSight method, I remember my individual session, because there were only individual sessions at that point. And I remember I started talking to the woman who was training for vision coach right then. And she had my personality perfectly checked even before she met me. So she started talking to me, and then she started talking like, you are like this, and this. You're probably thinking about this, and so it was amazing. It was like going to a psychologist, but she was actually a vision coach, and she helped me with my eyesight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in fact, you are there with the vision coach, and you can open your heart and see what is going on. Yes, and answer questions, also celebrating your results. And this is a more intimate space for you and the coach to talk about your vision, your eyesight, and how can you even go beyond the ClearSight method, of course, to settle habits, good habits that you learn, of course, in the ClearSight method. But this one-to-one session is like more familiar, in a safer place for you. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we also include some special session on vision yoga cleansing habits. And let me tell you the origin of that bonus. Yeah, let me show it in the list. So here it is, eye yoga cleansing practices to keep your eyes in tip-top shape with these simple habits and practices based on the ancient wisdom of eye yoga. So you may know, or you may not know, that in 2020, which was the 100th year anniversary of the rise of natural vision improvement as a scientific Western discipline or field of research, even though most people don't know about it. So in 2020, we were setting ourselves up to celebrate the 100-year anniversary of natural vision improvement and Bates and Dr. William Bates's work. And of course, nobody knew in advance that there would be COVID and lockdowns and things like that. And at that time, I organized a couple of summits with vision teachers from all over the world. I organized one in Spanish and one in English. They were both extremely successful and spread. And after those summits, I ran surveys, like which one is the talk that you like the most, right? And there was a very big consensus that after my talk, thank you very much, one of the talks that was most liked was by Teresa Pellejero, who is a yoga teacher and who had done an exquisite session of eye yoga in the summit. And I asked my colleague if I could include that session as a bonus for the ClearSight method, and she generously said yes. So now you have it included, the session of eye yoga cleansing practices. And we also include, for the people who registered today, a special bonus program designed for children and adults to improve vision naturally through family play. And maybe at this time of your life, you have children that depend on you, or maybe not. Maybe you have nieces and nephews. Maybe you have grandchildren. Maybe this is a concern, maybe it's not for you, but we really wanted to provide a full experience. If you have a family with kids, the approach to teach natural vision improvement to children is slightly different. The principles are always the same, but the way to introduce them for children works always so much better through play. And so in 2016, I recorded this program I disguised myself as a pirate with my brother. We recorded at my parents' patio. Why? Because pirates use patches, and patches are one of the tools that we can use to improve eyesight. So it was a way to create a natural environment with imagination and using the tools and the techniques for natural vision improvement, but doing it as a game that we can all play together and we can get involved together. So people who have children appreciate a lot that I include this extra course in this offer together with the ClearSight Method. When this course is sold separate, it costs $249, and we're giving it to you for free if you sign up today. And people who don't have kids have told me that when they start looking at the Pirates Ahoy, that they actually find it a very fun way to practice, and that they've actually find it very delightful and useful to take out your inner child and play around and improve your eyesight in a fun way. So you can get it, but you need to sign up today. Okay, let me see what else is coming. Okay, Pirates.
¿Qué pasaría si cuando encarnáramos tuviéramos el recuerdo de todas las existencias?
Oh my God.
Las almas eligen las experiencias que van a vivir. ¿Cómo vamos a elegir el sufrimiento? Pero ¿cómo vamos a elegir estas experiencias?
Okay, I don't know what happened. YouTube started randomly playing some other video. Well, things that happen when you're live, right? Sometimes you cannot control everything. So, as I said, you get the ClearSight Method that's worth $997, 2 bonus masterclasses that are worth $197, Pirates Ahoy, it's worth $249, and you get all of it for just $497 at this time because you've been participating in the free 4-part masterclass with us. Or you can pay in 3 payments of $187 with our easy payment plan. And as Maria was saying, this is probably a fraction of what one pair of sophisticated glasses cost, like progressive or binoculars or some sunglasses. And with this program, if you implement it, if you use it, you will not be needing glasses in the future. And you can most likely prevent surgery in the future as well. We have had a number of people, many people that signed up because they had cataracts and they wanted to avoid the surgery, and they've been able to do it. And any investment in your health, in your well-being is totally worth it. And it's not just for you, it's for you and your family. Anyway, so if you want to look at the page, later you'll see that there's more testimonials of people that have participated and a bit more information on, anyway, awards I've had and affiliations and associations and anyway, media that I have been on, etc. as when a page of this characteristic could be. So if you want to register, you just click on the button, and when you click on the button to register, you're going to be taken into a page. Okay, I'm speaking from Mexico, into a page like this. Oh, so nice that over 100 people are interested in the course at this moment. Great. So it looks like we're going to have a beautiful cohort for this ClearSight Method session. So you will see the checkout. You will need to write your email and confirm it. This is very important because a lot of important information you're going to receive by email. Of course, your name, your phone number, so we can contact you if there's something, or we can invite you to the WhatsApp group. If you're in the United States, they ask for your address. In other countries, they don't. And you can choose many different payment methods. And this is the reason, one of the reasons why we work with this platform, Hotmart. We have students from over 100 countries in the ClearSight Method between our teaching in Spanish and in English. So different countries have different payment methods, and this platform seems to have it all figured out. So you can choose 1 card, 2 cards, various ways to pay. If you're in the States, you can pay with Venmo or GPay or PayPal. Let me show you another example. If you are, let's see, do you have the UK? UK, Ukraine. Great Britain, or let's say Greece, if you're in Europe, so there's an automatic conversion from dollars to euros. Anyway, depending of what country in the world you are, it's going to appear most likely in your currency, and you will have your various payment methods depending on the country that you are in. So to make it easy. So you just click the button, put the card number information or whatever system that you used to pay. You choose if you want 1 installment or 3 installments. If you pay with credit card, you can probably make it 12 installments or whatever is practical for you. And you just click the button, buy now. The moment that you click the button to buy, you will have access by email. You will receive emails from the ClearSight Method and emails from Hotmart, both, because we want to make sure that you have the access, and you will have access to the platform where you will see the modules with the different lessons. Okay, they have a video. Let me see, maybe I start with level 1. They have a video, most of the lessons. Then you can watch. And you follow the video, the instructions in the video. Sometimes there's extra information underneath, or how to say, or PDFs to download to do exercises. And you can change from video to video with the little arrows, or
And vision gets worse. But the good
or you can do it on the right side where you can see the modules and the lessons. And you can be marking the lessons as finished, and this way you know where you are in your progression of the course. If you want, you can also evaluate and rate the session, the lesson, and this way you also help us make sure that over time we allow you to have a better experience. Okay, are there questions on anything about the ClearSight method? Diana, Maria, are you receiving some questions that you would like to answer? I see that Mike has raised the hand. So Mike, if you want to unmute yourself. Of course, we're seeing a lot of people with glasses in the room because
yeah, not for long. I
yes,
attend.
that's the point. That's
so
the
yeah,
idea.
this is end of days. First, I just want to say thank you so much. You guys have already shared so much, and the value that I've received has been phenomenal. I really enjoyed all the classes, and so my specific questions is about cataracts. I'm 49. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed, a little more than 2 years ago now, I was diagnosed with a cataract. And just I've had a, kind of a deep feeling that surgery was not the way to go. I don't even have fear around a surgical procedure. It just didn't make sense that anything, like you said, anything else can be healed, and not the eye. So my question, what I was really interested in was the fast track. And getting a specific program for cataracts. And then also with the coaching, just wanted to be clear that if I'm working with a coach, are we able to find people that I've worked with or have transcended their own experience with cataracts? And then a third question, and I'll stop there, is a time commitment. I understand, aside from palming, which I'm already doing, I already got my pinhole glasses and I'm already using them and working on staying off of keeping my glasses off more off. I actually drove home yesterday without glasses for the first time, or 2 days ago, after listening to you all. Just gave it a try. And I saw everything I needed to see. I can't say it was, I don't feel like I put anybody in danger. And so I do like to know, though, would like to know, what kind of time commitment am I looking at on a daily basis? I already have my own lifestyle practices just that I need to maintain. I have 2 kids. I have a business that I'm running. We all have a busy lives. So I guess what I'm asking is, what level of time commitment am I looking at? And then the question about the coaching, and then also the fast track. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let me take each of these questions step by step. I'm certain that you are not the only person interested in seeing the fast track. So these are the 35 practice plans by symptom. There's a plan for prevention and maintenance. So that's basically you don't have vision problems, or you have already corrected them and you don't have them anymore. What are the things that we advise that you keep doing? Okay, simple, but it's important for us to have it there. Then we have 7 plans of what you could call common eye irritations. So dry eyes, watery eyes, irritated eyes, pink eye, conjunctivitis, photophobia or sensitivity to light, for myopsis or floaters, for blepharitis and blepharospasm, which are like twitching and spasms, for styes and cysts, for phosphanes and photopsies. Okay, I see there's a spelling error there. For refractive errors, a lot of people have refractive errors like myopia or nearsightedness, hyperopia or farsightedness, presbyopia or eye strain and tired eyes that require reading glasses, and astigmatism. By the way, the common irritations and the refractive errors tend to be the faster things that go away. They're the easiest ones to correct. Then misalignments, there's plans for that too, like strabismus, crossed eye or squinty, amblyopia or lazy eye, and diplopia, double vision. So there's also a plan of exercises for that. And of course, we have plans for eye diseases, and cataracts is the first one in the list because a lot of people have them and want to avoid them, of course, but also for glaucoma, macular degeneration, vitreous detachment, retinal detachment. Attention, if you have a retinal detachment, you need to have some kind of anchoring, and unfortunately that only can happen through surgery. So in this case, we cannot avoid the surgery, but we can help you recover from the effects of having had retinal detachment much better, and to recover a lot of the eyesight that you may have lost with retinal detachment. For retinitis pigmentosa, diabetic retinopathy, or if you have diabetes, you also want to control your diabetes because we can help with the eyes. But let's say that you are in a boat and the boat has a hole. If you're removing the water from the boat, but the boat keeps having a hole, guess what? It's going to sink eventually. So you need to close the hole. You need to take care of the diabetes, and we help you improve your eyesight. Also for ptosis and eyelid spasms, for keratoconus and keratoglobus, for keratitis, uveitis, for multiple sclerosis and optic neuritis, optic nerve problems. It used to be believed that neurons couldn't regenerate, and that if there was a problem with your optic nerve, well, you were doomed. And current contemporary research knows about neural regeneration. And so nowadays we know how to work with the nerves, and the photosensitive cells are also nervous tissue to improve as well, and to heal. After effects of stroke or cerebral vascular accidents, nystagmus, Stargardt's disease, Fuchs dystrophy, epiretinal or subretinal membrane, toxoplasmosis, color blindness, and blindness. And maybe some of these symptoms you haven't even heard about. But anyway, people have them, so we have those plans. If you have a symptom that isn't in one of those plans, let us know and we will support you anyway. We have also people that have even more rare symptoms, and we have been able to help. So we got you covered with cataracts, Mike. Among the vision coaches, we certainly have people who have recovered from cataracts. Some people that never had cataract surgery because they got rid of the cataracts naturally. We also have people that had cataracts, got surgery for the cataracts. The surgery for the cataracts caused other problems, like not being able to read without glasses, and they actually trained their eyes to read without glasses after the cataract surgery. So we have vision coaches in both cases. So we haven't necessarily up to now like made that kind of match very specifically. We tended to put people that are in the same time zones together so that they have more ease to make well, find available times that are common to both of them. But since this is a request of yours, we could look into it and find a match that's symptom specific.
That'd be great.
I cannot promise it right now, but I think it's likely that we can do it. And for time commitment, this is very interesting. It's an interesting question because the answer requires a bit of explanation. As I said, we are using our eyes all the time. So potentially any moment is a good time of practice. And that time of practice doesn't require you to not be taking care of your kids or to not be doing your job or doing your other practices. It's just something that you pay attention to and you also do it. For example, I'm going to give you two little examples. We can have this conversation and be blinking, or we can have this conversation and not be blinking. Does blinking take you time? No, it doesn't. But whether you do it or you don't do it makes a big difference. And a lot of the practices are things like this. Not all, but a lot of them are things like this. Or looking far. We can be in this Zoom room and just looking at the screen all the time and be damaging our eyes. Or we can now and then look out the open window. Does it keep me from teaching this class? No, it doesn't. I can still teach this class and look outside the window and be doing a practice that is good for my eyes in the moment. Of course, these are things that will become automatic over time. For them to become automatic over time and be unconsciously integrated, there needs to be a period of time in which you're training yourself to pay attention at these things and to do them more and more until they become automatic. So that's why even though we give you access for lifetime to the course, we want to provide more intensive support and a dynamic of several weeks where we're going to be with you, where we want you to be successful in the first weeks of having the course, right? That you pay attention to it, that you practice, and that you're successful sooner rather than later. Now, the videos are intentionally recorded in like little chunks. I think there's a video that may last 20 minutes, but for the most part, there are videos that last 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So whenever you choose to take a break and watch a video and implement something, you can do it easily. A lot of people take, I don't know, they plan 15 minutes or half an hour, maybe in the weekdays, and then make sure that in the weekend, if there was something left or they couldn't practice, they kind of catch up, yeah? The practices themselves, you can do them while you're cooking, while you're driving, while you're waiting for your kids at school, while you're at your computer. It's not like going to a yoga class where you have to devote the whole hour to the practice of yoga in the studio at that time. Because again, we're using our eyes all the time. So it's more of making the decision that you want to improve your eyesight and holding that decision over time and repeatedly paying attention throughout the day at various times. Like, am I using my eyes in the best way I could be using them right now? Yes, great. No. Okay, is there a little shift I can do? Okay, I can do it. And I can keep doing whatever I'm doing in the day. Does this make sense? Am I answering your question well enough?
Completely, yeah. I went last night, I went on YouTube and I saw one of your exercises for cataracts was with a string and the clothespins. And so just, you know, like considering things like that, like, and 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, that's something I'm absolutely willing to do. I did sun gazing for a year. I've tried everything for, you know, in the last 2 years. And so, you know, through 2 different channels, you ended up on my radar. So I said, you know, we'll pay attention. And yeah.
So 15 minutes a day.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes, but let me say something else about the time.
Sure.
15 minutes a day, great. Like if you want to create a space every day for 15 minutes to intentionally practice in a dedicated space or something, that is great. But let me also highlight how important are the micro practices that you can intertwine in your daily life. Yeah, like you're waiting for the kids to get out of school. You arrive 10 minutes in advance or 5 minutes in advance. You can step out of the car and do a little sunning while you're waiting. Yeah. You're in the toilet. Right. Do a little plumbing. Yeah, 30 seconds. Yeah, yeah, you saw the thing with the clothespins, but you can also look at the window that doesn't require any material and pay attention to the clouds or something that's far away. Even if you practice 10 seconds, 2 minutes here and there, it's going to make all the difference also. Yeah.
Well, I love it because what you're talking about is changing and adopting habits.
Exactly.
And I'm already actively trying to blink more as I even listening to you.
Yes.
I realize how much I don't blink. If we wanted to continue working with a coach past, so how many coaching sessions do we get? And one. And then
and if you want to keep working with a coach, they can offer you packages of sessions, 5 sessions, 10 sessions. You can see that with them directly. They have a link, they'll give it to you, and you can extend the period of time you work with them. Absolutely. Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. So Karen has a question also. Karen.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, you seem to be in a car, but you're not in the driving seat. That's good.
I am, thank you. Question, I have seen your course through Kelly Brogan and I wanted to purchase it. But I had a lot going on with that at the time. And I currently have Graves' disease, which I also have thyroid eye disease, and I have double vision, poor vision. And I don't know if this is the right time to do your course because of the inflammation from that, or
Okay. When there's an illness that's going on, your body is using resources to take care of that illness. So you could take the ClearSight method, but probably the progress will be slower than if you take the ClearSight method at a moment where you're healthy and there's more resources available. This also happens in normal activities, being healthy. If you're digesting, there's less resources for your eyesight. Everybody, even people who see well, usually see a bit less well when they're digesting than when they're not. And people who see well can notice that if they're sick, their eyesight declines a little bit. So can you do it at the same time? Yes, you can. Now, it's likely to be a little slower or a bit less effective than if you take it at the time when you're healthy and recovered. Does that answer your question? So, okay, I guess.
How often is your class available?
Excuse me? When is the next class available?
Yeah, if hopefully the next time it's available that we're in better health.
Okay, well, when you're ready to take the class, we'll be looking forward to supporting you. We'll be waiting for you with open arms, and my best wishes for your fast recovery at this time. I hope that you can get healthy quickly and deeply and well. Okay, Nadia. Nadia, if you can unmute yourself. Hello, you also seem to be in a car, but there's less maybe parked or something.
Yeah, no, I am parked outside of my house. But I've been attending. I did the 4-part. I've been watching the videos. I commented on one of your YouTube videos the other day. So I am the 36-year-old with glaucoma. And I was diagnosed about 5 years ago. And it's very emotional for me because I'm noticing a slight in missing pieces. And it has been affecting me a lot because I am scared for my future. I have no hope. I feel like it's just going to get worse. How am I going to manage? I am on eye drops. I see a specialist, but again, it's not that much that I can do on my own. So I am left feeling very vulnerable and not able to feel empowered. Like, okay, tell me what I can do to make this better, right? Because what I want to do is to stop the progression as much as possible. I work with a curandera, on my psycho-spiritual healing. And she was the one who actually introduced me to your program because she's seen it. And there was a video with you on YouTube with some guy named Alec, and it was like a 2 hours. Yeah. And so I watched that, and a lot of this stuff resonated. I realized I have a lot of limiting beliefs that a miracle isn't possible with me, or that that I can't regain or restore it. And so I feel like I'm going against time right now. And I'm trying to do everything I can to preserve as much vision as I can, and be able to gauge the progression if there is any, right? Because I feel like I was in denial for a while. And I wasn't accepting my situation, so I wasn't noticing differences. And once I started accepting it, I started noticing everything different. And so now I'm kind of on a very hyper aware situation where it's like, now it's like, okay, I can't see this, I can't see that, I can't see that. What does that mean? How long has that been actually happening for? So it's a lot of mental with me. And so I wanted to know, when it comes to glaucoma, like, because it's very specific for me, it's like the open angle glaucoma, and the success or just like the improvement with that that you've had through your program. Because for me, it's not necessarily myopia or like the farsightedness or the this is like losing my vision, right? And it's affecting my central line more than my peripherals. For some reason, it's doing the opposite. Usually glaucoma works from you losing your peripherals, and then but mine's is the opposite, where it's affecting my central vision. So that's why it's more severe. So I just wanted to know your insight. I actually just purchased the class during this Zoom call, because I was talking to my mom. She was sitting right across from me, and she's like, just try it. There's nothing to lose. Like, there's literally nothing to lose, right? If I already have this diagnosis. So that's kind of my approach on it. So I just wanted to know your insight and see if that it could actually like benefit, and help, because the way I'm living, it's not good right now. It's not good.
So I'm totally with you. Glaucoma is very, very scary because it's one of the eyesight symptoms where if it progresses to the worst, you get blind. So I hear you, and I understand also how emotional you are at this moment and how vulnerable you feel. Now, the good news, if there's any, is that you're talking about open angle glaucoma and not narrow angle glaucoma. So open angle glaucoma tends to progress when everything is bad, slower, which means that we have a lot of time to work with you and for you to work with yourself and make things better. If you had narrow angle glaucoma, that's considered an ophthalmological emergency and you need to get surgery immediately and you could lose your eyesight immediately. That's even more scary. That's a lot worse. So we're in a better case scenario. I understand that losing or it affecting the central vision makes it worse, more scary, more severe. But the principles with glaucoma, whether it affects the peripheral view or the central view, are the same. What's happening is that the aqueous humor is generating the high intraocular pressure. That's the liquid that is flowing between the cornea and the lens. And we can help you pump it out of your eye. We already taught you some exercises that allow for that. Basically, every time you make contrast between light and darkness, your pupil is opening and closing, and that's generating movement of the aqueous humor, and it's helping it be pumped out, be drained. It's not the only exercise, it's the one that we teach in the free course. I'm very happy that you already joined the in-depth advanced program, because there's more things that we can do to help the front part of the eye, where the problem begins, for the problem to stop. And there's things that we can help at the back of the eye, where actually the optic nerve gets damaged, and that's where the vision is lost.
Yeah.
So You can also regenerate your optic nerve, but first you need to stop the problem in the front. I mean, you need to work on both. Now, we have had many students that had high intraocular pressure and have their levels of pressure become regularized. That was your case, Maria. You didn't have glaucoma, but you had high blood pressure. I mean, high intraocular pressure. Okay, so with the practices, the intraocular pressure is going to become normal. And so the damage won't continue in the back of the eye. And we can also help back of the eye restore. There's even a chapter in the book, A New World of Seeing. I'm co-editor and author in this book. We gathered 43 authors from 16 countries talking about various topics on natural vision improvement. There's a chapter specific to glaucoma in the book as well. And the author improved glaucoma for herself, and she's a professional, so she has also helped a lot of people with glaucoma. And I and students of the ClearSight Method, there's many that have had improvement. First, to stop the problem with the intraocular pressure, and then to restore the optic nerve, the retina, etc. So there is hope, but you will have to go through the program and practice, of course, and do your, and we'll be here for you. We'll be here for you. We're very, very happy that you have joined. Get a big, warm, fuzzy hug from us, and I'm so happy you have that your mother encouraged you to join, and that she's going to be there for you. That's also good to hear. Maybe the two of you can practice together, and that will make an extra encouragement for you, and certainly will help her too, even if she has normal eyesight. So good. Okay. Is it good for you, Nadia? Can we go to Diana?
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. And I look forward to continuing and like being a part of this cohort. I really do.
Great, great. Be very, very welcome. Diana, I see you wearing glasses. You seem to have a quite intense myopia, because I see the glasses are kind of thick. So we can help with that. Maria used to wear glasses that were quite thick too. So how can we help you? What's your question? We cannot hear you. Diana, Maria, do you hear? Diana? Nope, the sound is not working. So how about you type the question in the chat so we can answer anyway? We'll do our best to read. I see Petrol saying I have -4, -5 myopia and a bit of astigmatism in one eye. Will I have to buy less powerful glasses over time to slowly go down with my myopia and function on an everyday basis? Because wearing my regular glasses, I will sabotage the work I do with exercises. That's a very good question, Petrol, and we're going to explain everything about it in the course. Most people don't need to buy glasses as they progress with the program. In some cases, it's useful. But we will certainly talk about that explicitly in the course. Gail, I think you have your mic on. Let's see if we can hear you, Gail.
Hi, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So you went over a bunch of the extras, and you kind of mixed them in with like, well, this is an extra thing, and then this is just for today. So could you just briefly just say what the offers are just for today?
Yes, so there's 2 extras for those who sign up today, and that's the extra session with the vision coach.
So we have one session just for signing up, and then you have an extra one if you sign up today. So there's 2 if you sign up today. Is that what you're saying?
No, there's 1 session if you sign up today. Okay. And Pirates Ahoy, that's the course for children. That's the course for children, or for our inner children to go out and play. Yeah, those are the 2 bonuses that are specific for those who sign up today.
And is this a completely new course, or is this course you've been offering like for years and just changing?
I have been offering this course in Spanish since online, offline for a much longer time, but online since 2016. In 2018, I restructured the whole thing in depth. I kind of learned to teach online. It took me a couple of years to figure it out how to do it online. And since 2018, the general structure has been pretty the same, but we keep adding videos and upgrading and up-leveling things. Now and then we add a few more resources here and there. In English, I started teaching in 2021. And so the English version was immediately the best of the state of the art of my own teaching. But we have also added some videos. Now, the core of the course is the same, has been the same for years. But again, we've added some videos as we see there's new scientific research, or we see that there's a topic that is raising attention, or people are asking for it. But basically, the core course has been the same. Yeah.
And then how long do we have email support?
So email support, I think that if you receive an email, you will answer it, right, Diana? Right, Maria? So again, the idea is that you have a more intense dynamic in the first 6 weeks to make sure that at the time you are you're excited and you're enthused and you're making the decision to improve your eyesight, that you get results as soon as possible, that you are successful as soon as possible. But if you send an email to us in 2 months, we will reply it. Now, the new students will have the priority, but you will get your response anyway. Yeah.
And then as soon as we sign up, do we have access to all the materials, or they're kind of like just, we only have access 1 week at a time?
You have access to all materials except the bonuses. The bonuses will be made available 2 weeks after the purchase, because we want you to focus on the method first, yeah, and to like get your habits. And also, we don't want for people to buy the course and get everything and then ask for a refund in the first 2 weeks. So we keep the bonuses for a couple of weeks, but all the materials are available from the start. So if you happen to be faster than other students, you could advance faster than the planned week. Our experience is actually a bit the opposite, that a lot of people can kind of stay within the week that we are in, and some people sometimes lag a bit behind, but because you have access for life, well, you on your own rhythm, you can keep catching up and just keep participating.
And how many times a year do you offer this course?
In Spanish, we offer it 4 times a year. In English, we have done it a little bit less in the last couple of years. Maybe we did it 2, 3 times. For this year, 2026, I'm not sure yet. What I'm certain is that I'm offering it now, but I don't know if I'll be offering it again in the summer, in the fall, certainly in the fall. So the next opportunity, within 6 months, you'll have another opportunity. I don't know if you'll have an opportunity earlier than that, if that answers your question.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, is that Diana? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right.
It's Deanna.
Diana, okay.
Yes, I just wanted to just thank you for offering this course. And I just wanted to ask a question. I've been having some eye issues, from vitreous gel detachment to meibomian gland dysfunction, subconjunctival hemorrhages, and just extremely dry eyes, and my left eyelid just feels like I guess it's a spasm. It doesn't move really fast, but it's like it's just moving by itself, like it's wanting to shut. And so, do you have any thoughts on that? Like what can be done? And I'm assuming that the meibomian gland dysfunction is connected to the dry eyes.
Yes. The short answer is join the course. Join the course. We're going to be able to help you with all of that. One of the people that came throughout the week, Christian, who was saying, so you could ask, okay, is exercise good for metabolism? Is exercise good for digestion? Is exercise good for memory? Is exercise good for learning? The answer is yes, exercise is good for all of the above. And the same happens with natural vision improvement. You can ask, is natural vision improvement good for cataracts or for vitreous detachment, for meibomian gland dysfunction, for dry eye? It's good for all of the above. So you need to start practicing and make it a habit, and you will see how the various symptoms and diseases will progressively go away. Now, we know that there tends to be a trend of which kinds of things go away before and which kinds of things tend to go away after. Dry eye tends to be among the faster symptoms to go away. And that's good news, because dry eyes can generate other symptoms and other problems for the eyes. Blinking is very important for your glands that produce these substances, the parts of the tears, to be functioning better and better. But there are other things that we can do, and we teach in the course. So the dry eye and the meibomial gland dysfunction probably are going to be among the first to heal. You mentioned also vitreous detachment, and you said something else that I don't recall at this moment. There was a
I also said the subjunctival hemorrhage. I've been getting them through the years, and I don't know why those are happening.
Okay, in any case, if you give to your eyes the conditions that they need to function better, they will function better. Like if you're eating well and you're exercising, you tend to be healthier. It's just that we haven't been told or trained or taught how to take good care of our eyes. And most of us are actually unwillingly and unknowingly damaging our eyes because we don't have the right information and we don't have the right habits. But once you learn it and you practice and you apply, your eyes get better. Again, usually what happens is that, so first things like, let me see. So the common eye irritations go away. Again, the dry eyes, the watery eyes, the sensitivity to light, the floaters, the spasms, the styes, the phosphens and photopsies. These are the kinds of things that go away first. Then the next kind of things that tend to disappear are the refractive errors. We already mentioned them: nearsightedness, farsightedness, the need for reading glasses, astigmatism, because those depend on tensions in the muscles. And we tend to have muscle memory. So we need a certain amount of time to build different habits for the muscles and relax them and use them differently, but they can go away. Then the misalignments, like having crossed eyes or lazy eye or double vision, that requires a little bit more training because it requires often the coordination between the two eyes, right? But it's possible. And then the pathologies or the eye diseases, they tend to have a little bit more inertia because here we're talking about changing the structure of tissues. But again, our cells are changing. I don't recall now, but I think it's but every so many days or so many weeks, all of our body cells have changed already. It's about what's the information that the body has to make a better use of the cells and to have the right cells working in the right place, and for the structures to have what they need. So if you're giving your eyes what they need, they can also heal, again, from cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, and so on and so forth. But it has a little bit more inertia. So it takes, in general, it takes a bit more time to heal from those. But if you're practicing over time, again, for some people, it may be a few weeks. A lot of people, it's a time between 1 month to 3 months when you don't have very big, serious things. Most people heal in that time frame. People who have more serious things or like a big combo of many symptoms, it may take a few more months. But what's important is that you can make progress. And every time you practice, and when you practice, you will notice the progress. And as you progress, as you improve, your life, your well-being becomes better. And progressively, you can do more things like Diana. Maybe in the beginning, you couldn't read without glasses, but now you can. Maybe in the beginning, you cannot drive without glasses, but after some time you can. And in the meantime, your perception of color is improving. And so your enjoyment of what you see is improving as color improves, etc., etc. So Diana, I would like to, I don't know if you have joined yet, but I'd like to invite you to do so because I firmly believe that you can heal and improve from the conditions that you're talking about. We've had people heal from them or similar things, and yeah, it works.
That's great. Does it also cover do you know about demo decks?
Can you repeat that?
Demodex or Dermodex. I think it's Demodex. It's a sort of I don't know if it's a bacteria or some kind of microbe that actually grows.
Okay. Oh, I see. Yes, I see. It's a parasite that lives in the eyelashes. I understand. Okay. Sometimes my mother tongue is Spanish, so sometimes for certain words I need to like look it up or see the translation. Yes, yes, we can support with that as well.
Okay. Do the coach then?
Excuse me?
Is that through
code?
the coach or
You will get support. You will get support through email about that specifically. The coaches are coaches in training, so they know about the more common things. That includes cataracts because cataracts are pretty common. But any question you have about any specific topic, if it's not in the general course, you can write an email and we'll support you through email. Yes?
Great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, so Rachel, I was seeing you react as we were talking throughout the session, being very present. I'm happy you're also asking questions. Diana Wayburn, if your sound works, I'll also be happy. Otherwise, I'll read what you typed. So Rachel, tell us.
Okay, so I work. Hi, everyone. Hi to you. Hi. Thank you for existing.
Thank you.
So I've got one question in particular. I work on. I'm a nurse. I'm a foot care nurse. So I specialize in foot care, and I have to work on very, very small areas. So I'm thinking that probably the reason why I got the problems with the vision was because I was working in very specific, very small areas, and so my eyesight has gone down. Well, amongst other things, I'm sure it's also because of stuff that has been going on, right? Right. Yeah, emotional. But I just wanted to know, like, am I going to be if I work on my eyes, will my work undo what I've been doing? Or how?
Yeah, it's a very good question, a very legit question. Now, I don't know what your schedules are for work. As a nurse, maybe you're doing shifts. I don't know if you have times of 8 hours or 12 hours or what. But in any case, there's moments where you're not at work. And even if you have to look very closely at detailed things when you're at work, when you're not at work, you can do the practices that compensates the requirements from your job. If you're having to look very near, very detailed, then make sure when you're not at work that you spend time outdoors where you can look at wider spaces, look far. We'll teach you about these things. A lot of us nowadays have jobs that are tiring for the eyes. Some people more, some people less. We've had students that were working with jewels. Can you imagine also the level of detail? Yes, exactly. And they have improved their eyesight and they didn't quit their job. They keep working with jewels. Yes, we have artists, people who paint, people who take pictures, videographers, people who work with textiles. And their intention was not to quit their job. It was to be able to recover their eyesight so that they could keep doing what they do and what they love. We've had people who had stopped painting because they had lost their eyesight so much that they couldn't do it anymore. And now they show us invitations to the new expositions. So now we also have had people that have discovered that the source of their eyesight problems was the stress from their job that they didn't like, and they chose to quit the job and do something else, right? But there was an inherent unhappiness linked to the job as well, right? If you love what you're doing, you don't have to change what you're doing. You just need to learn how to take care of your eyes so that when you're not working, they can relax, they can rest, they can change the way they look so that there's other kinds of stimulation. And then you get back to looking detailed areas near and you can see better. Yeah? Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. I won't undo what I do. My work won't undo what I do with the practice that I'm doing. That my fear was that I was going to be doing this, the class, and then working and undoing everything I've, worked for.
Look at it the other way around. What you're going to do outside of your work is going to help you more and more see better for doing what you love doing. Yes?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. My pleasure. Helen, Helen, if you can unmute yourself. There's also Carrie.
Am I unmuted now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh,
Helen,
hi.
right.
Hi. How you doing? Thanks very much for the class. It's been wonderful. I've listened to it all week. My sort of problem was a bit the opposite way, to be honest. I had short-sighted, or what do you call it, nearsightedness since my, I'm going to say, late teens, early 20s, and I've worn contact lenses my whole life and maybe glasses at night for the TV. Then in my 40s, 50s, I got reading issues. What is that called? Whatever that's. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but then last year I went to get my prescription. I go every year for eye testing, and they said I didn't need any contacts at all. So it looked like my vision improved on its own. Now, there's one of two things might have happened. First of all, I retired as a nurse several years ago, and that had been a very stressful job. Secondly, the only other thing I can think of that I did differently was I've been using the latanoprol drops for growing eyelashes. I don't know. I asked the doctor, would that harm your eyes? And she said no, but she did say that some of it would get into your eyes. So now I'm sort of just left with the reading issue and the dry eye. And I think I have a bit of astigmatism, although they don't seem to talk about that a lot when I go for my eye test. I'm due to go in the summer again. I have to ask them, do I really still have astigmatism? But I don't understand why I suddenly don't need contacts after all these years. So what could have happened?
My bet is that leaving behind a stressful job and having more free time could really be a game changer for eyesight. Now, the advantage you have is that you already know that you can improve your eyesight because it's happened spontaneously for you. So you know it's possible. And now, if you join the course and you have a method, a step-by-step organized method, you can also let go of the reading glasses, the dry eye, and if there is any astigmatism left, also leave it behind because it's all possible.
And what about those drops? Have you heard anything derogatory about those lanapros drops that people use for growing eyelashes?
Yes, I'm aware of those drops for growing eyelashes. I know that they're not harming for the eyes, but you are the first person I hear saying that it could be a reason why the eyesight improved. Now, leaving a stressful job behind, on the other hand, there's research on that. That's been already discovered and proven, and that is known that it can help you improve your eyesight. Leaving stress behind. In general.
Yeah, that is true. But then I got other joint pain issues as well. And, I sort of developed that after I stopped working, because I wasn't moving as much. But that's a whole other separate issue that I don't want to bring up here. So I got better in one aspect, but I got worse in another aspect. My joint pain, muscle tension, all of that got worse. I'm working on that with a coach at the minute. So what I wanted to ask you is I have to go like in a few minutes. We have an appointment. That's why I apologize for getting ready during the session, but I have to go. Is this deal going to be on for the rest of the week? If I were to come back later and sign up, could I get it still, or do I have to do it today, right now?
The main deal is going to be working for the rest of the week.
Okay,
now,
good.
The special bonus for people who sign up today are the session with the vision coach and Pirates Ahoy for kids. But
I don't have children.
You don't have children, so it doesn't make a big difference for you if you sign up today or tomorrow.
The other
Monday.
issue I
Yes.
do have with my eyes is a lot of allergies.
Uh-huh.
Nasal running, eyes watering. Now I use Pataday for that, and it works terrifically. One extra strong Pataday a day takes the runny eyes away. But does this include eye allergies too?
We have information about allergies also. So yes,
in the course.
Yes, in the advanced program, there's information about allergies.
And the sunglasses, it was the other issue. I've been wearing sunglasses, sunny here all year round. I'm in California. I have always worn sunglasses. I'm afraid to go out without them. And I hear you saying that sunglasses are not good for you. So should I get the pinhole glasses and wear them instead?
That's a very good idea. It will have the advantages of the sunglasses of removing most of the glare, but it will still let your eye receive the full spectrum of light in little bits. So, and at the same time, it's going to be training your way of looking so that you see better and better. I see that Diana wants to say something about it because you live in Florida. It's also quite
Hi,
sunny.
Helen. Yes, I live in Florida. I don't wear sunglasses, after the course. Never. I wear a hat. I don't go out in the strong hours of the sun, or I'm in the shade, but I go to the beach here in Florida, so I don't wear sunglasses anymore. So yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm friends with the sun. I love it, really. I love it. Yes, yes.
Yeah, Helen, sorry, you're muted. I don't know if you wanted to say something else or you're complete.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, can you still see, like if you're going for a walk with a pinhole glasses on, I usually go for a walk for an hour in the morning and half an hour in the evening. Can I still see through these holes? I mean,
yes, Maria wants to tell you about that. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to tell you an experience that I have. I live mostly in Spain and Italy, which are quite sunny too.
I love Spain.
And that's what I used to do. I've been going out on a journey or something, and I would put them on and off. Instead of my sunglasses, I wore this.
Those pinhole ones you have,
yes,
Marie?
they're pinhole glasses, yes.
Just a different shape. Does it matter what shape of glass? I always thought the sunglasses stopped you getting wrinkles around the side of your eye, or is that just a myth?
Yeah, we're going to tell you in the advanced course how to choose the pinhole glasses that will work best for you. We're even going to have a special class with someone who manufactures tools for improving eyesight. We're very excited for that coming up. She's really working against the clock to have her pinhole glasses ready for this new group of the ClearSight method. So you'll know more about it once you're in. I would like to give Carrie the opportunity also to ask her question or make her comment, because I also have to go at some point. Helen.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much. So my I don't know where to start. My history is I'm 65. My challenge is a cataracts. I've been successfully using monovision contacts for like 22 years. I actually love them. And my prescription was higher. It's become very low. I also did something miraculous with DMSO drops. I got my prescription almost down to, it's like 0.25 and 0.5 with using the drops. So now two and a half months ago, I started having more extreme cataract symptoms, seeing rainbows and halos at night, and the driving was a little scary. Then when I went to the ophthalmologist, or the optometrist, I had an extreme myopic shift going on where I went 4 times in 1 week. And my theory is that it was changing to get my attention, like more of a kind of a metaphysical thing. So that said, I do IFS meditation. So I did a very intensive internal family systems meditation where my third eye was looking at my eyes connected to my heart. So I had that thing going on, and I use that as kind of a meditation I'm doing most days. So I guess where I'm going with this is I've already been doing a lot of research. I already landed on you, waiting for you to have your course. Done a lot of the freebie stuff around already, been implementing exercises. So right now I'm at a 2.25 and a 0.5 monovision. I try to not wear anything, not put contacts in till around, till late morning. I do my sun, my exercises. I'm also in California. It's pretty sunny. I take them out, stay up till about 12, take them out about 9, and I can see, like, say, watching an hour of television without anything. So I'm already on this journey of improving my eye health, but I'm still, I've been working on the emotional stuff behind the rainbow. I'm a really colorful person. I've even made I'm a 60s enthusiast. I love psychedelia, and I've made my theme song She's a Rainbow because I come in colors. And I've even done a whole thing with that of like accepting the rainbow that I see around the light and not being scared of it. So where I am now is I don't like the rainbow, and I am due to finally go back to, I've got my myopic shift to settle through whatever it is I was doing. And the fact that I could go back to the monovision with this prescription, because I have a collection of contacts, like using an old distance one as the reading. I even have, like, I was thinking I could go down because, I'm being told you go down with different glasses. So I can go from a 225 to a 2 to a 175 to a 15. Hoping I can do it with the contacts. But I'm finally going Tuesday to the ophthalmologist to like schedule the surgery and to see if I'm able to actually, if the myopic shift has settled, which I know it has because I am so aware of my vision. I know exactly, like, if one day my reading prescription's a little off, it's a 2.5, I can tell. Very perceptive. But I have to say there's some programming, internal programming that, I'm already very anti-AMA. I'm holistic everything, but of course we sometimes forget about the eyes. Even my holistic practitioner was pro me getting the cataract surgery. But I going into this appointment Tuesday, I kind of don't know what to do. I do not like the rainbows, though I am a rainbow. And, and I would really like to, I'm going to do the course, but I know you can't tell me when will I stop seeing rainbows, but I have a slight distance, I have that going on. I know the monovision isn't probably, I'm sure you're probably against me doing the monovision contacts, but I don't know what my question really is.
Okay.
Will I stop seeing rainbows?
Okay, so did I understand that you have an appointment with an ophthalmologist soon to consider cataract
Tuesday to see if the myopic shift has stopped and I can do this and I can get the surgery, which I don't.
For the cataract surgery.
Yes.
Okay. So do the appointment on Tuesday, take the point of view of the doctor, and you're still free to choose in which way you want to go. We have had students that had their cataract surgery already scheduled, and for like a month after the course, they canceled it. And within a couple months, they could see like so well that in the following checkups, the doctor doesn't even talk about cataracts anymore because there's nothing to see. I'm thinking about, what was her name? Valentina. So she was a lady in her 80s, wearing glasses for 40 plus years for reading. She was actually living in a home for older people and practicing in the corridors and everything. I think she signed up in September and she had a cataract surgery planned for October. She canceled it. And we met her in person years later, like 4 years later, because she took the course in 2020. We met in an in-person workshop in Valencia in 2024. And her doctor still tells her that there's no need for any cataract surgery nowadays. And she could stop wearing reading glasses and started, actually, I think she was also using the varifocals, and that made her feel very unstable going downstairs. Anyway, she recovered a lot of life, not just avoided the cataract surgery. So
I feel that, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I feel that I just, it's just having like an astigmatism and the distance and the near, you know, when there's so many different things, you retrain your brain. I don't understand how that changes the back of your eye, the way.
Let me say, the astigmatism is not caused in the back of the eye. It's caused by irregular tensions in the recti muscles. It's a question of muscle tension. That's not so complicated to solve. We've had students having very long lists of combos of symptoms of all kinds of things, and they go through the program, and some of the symptoms are released sooner and some are released later, but it happens. If I were you, I would sign up and give it 3 months. Give yourself 3 months to practice and to see the results. And after 3 months, you can like make a meeting with yourself and make the point and see what has improved, to what extent. And if your balance is good, maybe it's not complete 100%, or maybe it is. If it is 100%, yay, great, I'll do something else. If it's, let's say, 60% improvement, well, you can tell yourself, okay, this is working. Maybe I can give myself a bit more time. Yeah. Now, if you give it 3 months and you haven't seen any improvement, but honestly, if you sign up at new practice, you will see improvement. Then after 3 months, if you don't see any improvement, maybe it's the time to schedule the cataract surgery. We have had, not many, but we have had a few people taking the ClearSight method and still choosing to do cataract surgery. And in that case, we're going to be there with you also to support you to make the best choices of which kind of cataract of intraocular lens to choose and how to support you recover from the surgery. Doing the surgery or not is your choice. Nobody can tell you do it, don't do it. I won't be that person. It's a personal choice. What I can tell you is that we've had many students be able to not undergo cataract surgery. And a few students, I think 2, 3, who chose to do the surgery, and we helped them with the best choices and the best recovery.
Any comments on the monovision, if that's frowned upon doing the ClearSight method? If it's you're preferring me to, you know, I'm doing without, like I said, early and late in the day.
Yeah, so nothing is frowned upon. Let's start there. We're not going to frown upon this or that. We're going to support you make the best choices, and different choices may be relevant for different people. So some people choose and can let go of glasses immediately, and once they join, they're not wearing glasses at all, like ever. For some people, that's not possible. There's moments where for their safety or for being functional, especially in the beginning, they may need to wear glasses at certain times, maybe for work, maybe for driving. We encourage you to be safe, and we encourage you to be functional. So be kind to yourself. If there are times where you need to use your glasses, use them and choose wisely. Like, is this a situation where I can be without glasses? Yes. Is this a situation where I need glasses? Yes. It's more about asking yourself the question. Now, between varifocals and monofocals, I certainly advise you to use monofocals rather than varifocals or bifocals. What?
No, I only have the monovision, distance, reading, and then I have glasses that correct it to only distance. But I don't even need distance glasses right now because I'm 0.25 and 0.5. I'm very, and it used to be up to like 2.5. It went down naturally as well from doing the DMSO drops.
Okay, good.
But I'm excited because I've been really researching, and the reason I asked about the monovision is another coach that's actually local in California was saying we don't recommend that you try to wear them as little as possible. So that was her advice.
Yeah, the idea is to wear them as little as reasonably possible.
Right.
I add the word reasonable. I mean, you need to be able to be safe, and you need to be able to be functional, and you need to be able to feel good. So it's more about choosing, can I live this moment without glasses? Yes, then great, remove them. If the answer is no, use them. Nobody's going to frown upon that. We want you to be comfortable and kind to yourself as you go through the process. If it becomes too hard, it generates stress, and stress is actually a delaying your success. So we want you to be relaxed, and step by step, progressively, you'll probably wear the glasses less and less, but let it be an organic and kind process. Yeah.
Yeah, my biggest challenge is being stress-free at all times.
Okay, well, we're going to give you a lot of tools so that you can relax more and more. Let me please, Carrie, leave it there for now. I see the time is advancing. I see Rachel also has a question. And I also would like to release Diana and Maria. Rachel, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you too.
Hi, doctor. Hi, and everyone. I'm so sorry if I came in a bit late, so I might have missed something that might have been answered. But I just want to ask, I had retinal detachment surgery end of October last year, and then my high myopia on my right eye just decreased from, say, I think 13.5 to 16.75. That increased. So, and then 3 months after the surgery, I went on a bit of a hike, and I had a severe breathlessness because of my scoliosis, and I couldn't breathe. It felt like I was having a heart attack, and my operated eye started getting white vision, like you're about to faint, that kind of thing. And then it, so it, and then and anyway, I got home, and then about 3 days later, I went to see the optometrist, and they said, "Oh, your vision has deteriorated significantly." So it dropped from 16.75 after surgery to 19 something, minus 19 something. And they recommended me to see an ophthalmologist, another ophthalmologist. But I went to see the ophthalmologist at another hospital, like the public hospital, and they just acted like that it's normal, but it's a significant decrease in my vision, and I don't know what happened. And then I kept I went to some GPs and 2 other optometrists, and they said, well, you've got advanced cataracts now, which has caused the deterioration in vision, and now I'm seeing double. I've got double vision as well. So I'm just wondering, what caused the rapid onset of cataracts after that the hike?
So actually, I can tell you more about how to heal from cataracts, and probably that's the more interesting part for you. I mean, it's good to have an understanding of what caused it and what it may have been, but it's even more interesting to know what you need to do so that you can leave the cataracts behind and you can recover and regain your eyesight. That's what we're mostly going to focus and be interested in. So in the free course, we already spoke about a couple of things. For your crystalline to remain transparent, it needs to be flexible. And for it to be flexible, it needs to be moved. And how does the crystalline move? When you're looking far, it's flat. And when you're looking near, it bends as a magnifying glass. So the more you're looking far and near and far and near and far and near, you're naturally making your crystalline be more transparent. Cataracts have also a very deep emotional component. And we spoke about this in the free course to a certain extent. And in the advanced program, there's a plan of exercises for cataracts. And we will also go deeper into the emotional levels, in the emotional aspects of eyesight symptoms. And I think that could make a lot of sense for you. It's a hunch. You'll see for yourself once you're joining the program. And I see that you're wearing glasses too, so we can also help with that so that you don't need them anymore. I would love to stay longer with you all. I thought we would have a 2-hour long session, and we've been together for 2 hours and a half. And I have another appointment that I'm kind of arriving a bit late to. Diana, Maria, I don't know if there's something you would like to add before we say goodbye for now.
Well, just welcome to the course, those that have signed up, and those that are thinking, okay, welcome too, yeah, because we've shared a lot of information. You are the priority here. This is hope for you, for your eyes. And this week we have, well, done so many things and provided so much information that in the ClearSight Method program is enlarged. There are more, and you will be supported. You will be with a group, with a community, to share not only your doubts, the things that are causing pain, between brackets, but also to share
your success.
Success. Yes, that's it.
Yes.
So welcome and congratulations, all of you.
Yes. Just a quick reminder, the registration for the advanced program are open until Friday, the 17th of April. And we will have our welcoming onboarding session on Monday, the 20th. So we take the weekend to chill and relax after the time that we will be spending supporting everyone that's interested with the free 4-part masterclass, Wake Up Your Eyes. So you have this week to make the decision and to take advantage of the offer that we've presented to you. And whatever it is that you choose, well, of course, if you join the program, we're going to be extremely happy to support you, to welcome you, to coach you, to hold you accountable, and to celebrate your results and your improvements. But regardless of what you choose, we really look forward to you using what we have already taught you. Take it, use it, share it. We're really in this to generate a movement for clarity. We really want to stop that pandemic of eyesight symptoms. And we're very, very happy that you were with us, that you participated in the course. So we have a couple more surprises this week. But if you made up your mind, take the step and register today so you get the 2 extra bonuses, the session with a vision coach and Pirates Ahoy for the children in your life, or to take your inner child to play and see better. And for now, just let me wish you to take care, be happy, enjoy the beauty of life, and we'll see each other more and better. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations.